On the news tonight, Nigeria to strengthen collaboration with United States to upscale its creative industry. Humanitarian Affairs Minister presents scorecards in various interventions. Core members host quiz competition to sensitize students on sustainable development goals. Good evening and welcome to NTA Ijebu ode News at 7. I'm Motola Adoka and here are the details of the news. Nigeria is to strengthen its collaboration with the United States to upscale its creative industry. This was the main thrust of discussion between the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, and United States Deputy Secretary of State for African Affairs, Akuna Cook, when she paid a courtesy visit to the minister in Abuja. And to the forcing report, the minister said Nigeria's creative industry contributes immensely to the nation's economy, saying Nigerians will benefit a lot from the collaboration.
Even though Nigeria's creative industry, Lai Mohammed said, contributes immensely to the nation's economy, Nigeria will benefit more through the collaboration with the United States.
Of immediate importance to us in Nigeria at this time is how to continue to improve the quality of our films. As you know, Nollywood, as our film industry is known, is among the top 3 in the world. Yes, the quality of our films have improved incrementally over the years, but we can still benefit from the rich experience of America's Hollywood, the undisputed world best.
On digitization, the minister explained the strides Nigeria has taken so far to ensure that it does not lag behind, especially in broadcasting. Lai Mohammed used the opportunity to explain to his guests how government is working hard to sanitize the media space for wholesome content.
So I want you to take back to the US. Nigeria has one of the freest press laws in the world.
Akuna Cook, on her part, said she is impressed with Nigeria and called for more content that projects the uniqueness of Africa and its abundant opportunities. She equally pushed for investment in human capital. With elections beckoning in Nigeria, a liberal media space, she said, would propel election success. In Abuja, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
The Senate is reaffirming its commitment to enacting people's-oriented legislation which will bring about dividends of democracy. The President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawal, said this at one-day public hearing on 7 bills bordering on justice and security. National Assembly correspondent Mobolaji Moribiri reports. Following the launch of
The search for solutions to national challenges continues, with the Senate holding public hearing on 7 bills.
Whether new or old, they are geared towards increasing the capacity of the justice system, which is the basis for the stabilization of our democracy, leading to good governance and progress.
The committee resolved to conduct a public hearing in order to collate inputs from stakeholders, which will form the bedrock of its recommendations to the Senate.
We hope that all of us that are seated here today will be able to give our utmost best.
Among them is the bill to amend the Terrorism Prevention Act, bills to establish abduction and wrongful restraint and confinement for ransom act, a bill to establish witness protection and management framework, and to amend Administration of Criminal Justice Act, as well as the one to amend the Court of Appeal Act.
Everyone here is afraid of being abducted, whether in the military or civil person like me, so it's a very welcome development that you are looking at this area.
This bill seeks to increase the number of justices of the Court of Appeal from 90 to 110, as stated. The efforts of the bill view that this is a great step for the judiciary.
Witness protection and management framework establishment bill 2022, we also support the bill.
The Institute considered all the 7 bills. We disagreed with some of the sections proposed.
The passage of those bills is expected to strengthen the judicial and anti-corruption work. From the National Assembly, Mobolaji Moribiri, NTA News.
A strategic roadmap for 2021-2025, the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development has presented its scorecard on various interventions addressing humanitarian crises, wrote Aguele that this was highlighted during a press briefing by the Minister, Sadiya Umaru Farouk, in Abuja.
It is estimated that about 7.1 million people are in need of humanitarian assistance in the northeast region, with a total of 8.1 million people who are internally displaced across the country. A vacuum created as a result of natural disasters and man-made crises. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, saddled with the responsibility to meet the growing demands of the poor and vulnerable in the country, is presenting its scorecard to Nigerians on the various activities across agencies under its purview.
The ministry also undertook several intervention programs with distribution of food and non-food items to the poor and vulnerable across the country. The settlement city for IDPs, the mass housing project as part of the 10,000 housing units which the federal government is funding for the Northeast. The Northeast Development Commission has constructed and handed over 1,000 of these housing units to Borno State government. There's also the construction of 300 housing units which is ongoing, as being done by the National Commission for Refugees and Migrants. The National Senior Citizen Center has conducted medical outreaches to elderly people within the FCT.
Persons with disabilities have been integrated into the various national social investment programs.
His Excellency Mr. President has graciously approved the expansion of the NCIP program and the Empire by Sea from 500,000 to 1 million Nigerian youths, to which enrollment has been concluded, and are awaiting onboarding and assignment to their places of primary assignment. And currently, 1,632,480 households are benefiting from the conditional cash transfer program.
There is high expectation that policies formulated by the ministry will expand the scope and reach out to more Nigerians, restore hope, and bridge the gap of social inclusion for all. In Abuja, Ruth Aguele, NTA News.
You're still watching NTA Ijebu ode News. Just stay with us. Don't go away.
Fake news which is shared for malicious purposes is a danger to our peace and security in Nigeria. Misinformation as fake news is a serious threat to our hard-earned democracy and promotes hatred and misunderstanding between our communities. We are all responsible for stopping the spread of fake news in its tracks. So, always check the source and credibility of any news item. Say no to fake news. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information.
For the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals to be feasible by the year 2030, advocacy and enlightenment on the significance of SDG must start from secondary schools, as these will deepen the knowledge and hasten its implementation. This came to the fore at a quiz competition organized by members of the CDS group for selected secondary schools in Ijebu ode. Correspondent Joel Popola has the details of this report.
The quiz competition organized by SDG CDS Group of Batch A 2021 core members posted to Ijebu ode is geared towards igniting the passion for the attainment of the lofty initiative of the SDG by raising awareness among secondary school students. Leaders of the group coordinated the participants drawn from 5 secondary schools in Ijebu ode as they engaged in a keenly contested quiz competition to assess their knowledge of sustainable development goals.
Provide oxygen. C. We need wood, greenhouses, and other products. B.
The competition, which is designed to outlive the present crop of core members, is a worthwhile legacy which the CDS group wants to leave for the younger generation. At the end of the keenly contested competition, Law Foundation School finished on 5th position, Quite Pretty Secondary School emerged fourth, while Ijebu Ode Grammar School sealed the third spot. Adiola Odetola College emerged second, while Ijebu Muslim College clinched the top spot.
I feel very happy because we have been preparing for the competition for the past few weeks, and we have been creating time from our own personal things that we have to do, because we have many things to do, because we're in SS3, we are preparing for exam, but we still find time to prepare for it. So I'm very happy that we actually came first.
When we get to the school, we also spread the news and information about the SDG to all our fellow school members, schoolmates, so that we can equally achieve all the 17th goal of the SDG, for us to have a better future for all.
SDG goals are goals that are brought up for the betterment of people in the country. I believe that if these SDG goals can be followed, I believe that in the next maybe 10 years, this world will be a better place for people. That once I get back to school, I'll try to create a SDG club rather. So during this SDG club, I will try to improve and try to educate people more on the SDG goals, so that we can all do this together in order to improve it.
I can perceive that if such a program can be implemented all over the country, it will boost the morale of the young coming one. It will also reduce the level of student misbehaving in the school system and the general society at large.
The organizers of the competition say the objective of the quiz competition has been realized with high level of enthusiasm about sustainable development goals.
I am happy with the performance of the students in this quiz. At least it shows that they really worked on themselves, they studied the manual that we provided them with, and they quite understood what was there. Because if you observe, most of the questions were kind of applied questions, but yeah, they were still able to follow up. So I'm actually impressed. One thing that can help them to really master these things is if they're able to organize themselves into that club that I talked about, an SDG club in schools. I think by now, all schools in Ijebu Ode should be having that club.
The reason we organize the program is just to make the world aware about the SDG goals, to impact lives, to make people see reasons why they should join the moving train. Sustainable development goals that needs to be achieved by 2030. All of these goals are beneficial to us all if we try to inculcate them, if we imbibe those ideas. They are good for us, and that is why we planned that quiz competition, to have students come over here, have a quiz competition, read intensively and in fact extensively about it, so that they can be the source, so that they can be a channel of communication, a sole communicator of the SDGs to their parents, to their friends, teachers in their environment.
It is hoped that the initiative will be sustained to guarantee the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. In Ijebu Ode, Joel Ukbola, NTA News.
And that does it on the news for tonight. But before we go, let's take a look at some of the major stories. Nigeria to strengthen collaboration with United States to upscale its creative industry. Humanitarian Affairs Minister scorecard in various interventions. Call members host quiz competition to sensitize students on sustainable development goals. Thanks for staying with us on Mutula Adokai Ogundele. The transition of the news comes up immediately with Abiodun Ajibola. Do stay with us.